Good evening and welcome to the Celtic Way. Well, it's breaking news, isn't it? And it's a Celtic Atletico Madrid pre-match build-up and line-up reaction. Before we come to that, we want to big up our sponsors, as you can see at the top of the screen, and they are MPH Group. For all your plumbing, heating, kitchens and bathroom needs, contact MPH Group. And I say the morning briefing, but the briefings are brought to you by MPH Group, and they are Scotland's award-winning family-run all-trade specialists covering all of mainland Scotland. And every service you opt for automatically enters you into MPH's incredible holiday giveaway, and you could win a 7-night stay at the luxurious 5-star Moon Palace Resort in Cancun, Mexico. All the links are in the description of this video, so take a look at them, all their social media links and their phone number. So for all your plumbing, heating, kitchen and bathroom needs, you know where to go, MPH Group, and we thank them for sponsoring all our briefings. Ryan McGinlay, I'm joined by Ryan McGinlay, Amy Haggerty 10 on the Twitter handle, and I'm joined by Ryan McGinlay at the Ryan McGinlay, and as you can see, he's live from Parkhead, somewhere in his car at the minute. Yes, and about to head there. But Ryan, team news, the lineup, getting good at this. That's 2 11 out of 11s.
Copy and paste. Copy and we could just play archived footage from the last pre-match one that we did. I know I'm only joking, guys. We would never do that. But it shows continuity. It shows complete continuity. The players at the moment, they pick themselves, and that can only mean a squad harmony because all these players are used to playing with one another. So no qualms with it. I know we'll get into talking about individual players, but yeah, I'm delighted the team stays as it is. We've predicted the same team. It's quite easy when Celtic are naming the same team that you pick and you predict 11. Makes us look like Nostradamus. I think we're just good guessers, or we're good at reading the mood music and the sort of injury music as well. You could say, or lack of injuries now. Lack of injuries now. To be fair,
excuse me, still suffering a fair bit, but hey, the show must go on, as we say. Told you, Brendan tunes in, regular viewer, avid viewer, so he knows the score. And we were predicting the status quo yesterday. We put it up this morning on our predicted 11s. Yeah, I think we came to the conclusion, didn't we, that the team picks itself, and that team had earned the right, that beat Hearts convincingly at Tynecastle. They earned the right to start this match. Now, we spoke about players like Tomoki Iwata, maybe get some minutes tonight if need be, if he has to come on. But I think the starting 11 is arguably the strongest at Celtic at this moment in time, isn't it?
Yeah, as I said a couple of minutes ago, those positions pick themselves, especially in those contentious positions such as centre back, when you've got players returning from injury. I know that Lagerbielke hasn't been playing a couple of games, and Nawrowski hasn't selected in the squad. Maybe they assumed that he was going to be out longer than what he was, which is a shame for him that he's not going to be involved in these games. We don't even know what his fitness is like at the moment. Maybe that's a game for Saturday afternoon against Hibs. Potentially he makes his long-awaited return. But at the moment, Scales deserves to be in his spot. He's not put a foot wrong, essentially, since he came into the team, 7, 8, 9 games ago now. He's put up a hell of a run, and he absolutely deserves it at the moment. Yeah, he's totally deserving, as are all the players that have been named in this team. As we said, the team picks itself, continuity, good squad harmony, and yeah, everybody knows what their job is tonight. They'll be well drilled as to what they've to do, both on and off the ball. It's now up to them to execute it on the night and hopefully pull off a sensational result.
Yeah, Jerry O'Rourke comes in. Come on, those boys in green. First comment there, Ryan. Marquee team as expected. Yes, Mark. Team certainly. And Jerry O'Rourke comes back in. Big game tonight. Come on, Celtic, let's do it, he says. Mark O'Neill saying, do you think we'll win tonight? We'll get to that, Mark. Jerry O'Rourke again. Evening, guys, let's go. Brian Roberts fancies Celtic's chances tonight. Eileen Feeks, come on, the boys. And yeah, lots of comments coming in. 80 people joining us live on the stream, so we thank you for that. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, there's no real surprises at that. That's the team, Ryan. Let's be honest, but it's just got the feelings of a massive, massive match, hasn't it? and we've been building it up in the past couple of days, and the closer it's got, the more excited you've got about it, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if people can alert us in the comments, or if you know, Tony, yourself, what is the score in the other game? Last time I checked, it was 1-0 to Feyenoord, I believe.
The last time I checked, it was 2-0 to Feyenoord. I'll just check right now, yeah. Just give me a second.
It was that guy that...
still 2-0 to Feyenoord, 52 minutes played.
The guy that the Dutch journalists were talking about, that Santiago Jimenez, he's in amongst the goals. So, yeah, we did hear about him beforehand. We'll obviously Celtic will be coming up against him in match day 6, you would assume. He seems like the next big thing in Feyenoord, and he's showing it on the big stage. Yeah, it's... sorry, what was your first question before I get sidetracked there?
I'm just saying it's just got the feeling of a massive game.
Yeah, absolutely. Always a big night at Celtic Park, regardless. It can be a dead rubber in the Champions League, and it would never be a dead rubber because, you know, it's still a chance for Celtic to show themselves and represent themselves on the European stage, on the biggest stage of them all in terms of club football. So, you know, these games, it is a must-win, I would say, especially with that result now. If Feyenoord can hang on and win that, then it doesn't look like they're going to be the third-place team in the group. It looks as if maybe Lazio are, and, you know, just going by the last result. It's that last result. If anything, no matter what happens tonight, I think, you know, if we're going to have a negative outlook on everything after the game tonight, and I don't want that to be the case, I want everybody to be positive, because that means we've got a good result, whether that be a good draw or a good win. But if it does turn out to be a negative, then I think the damage was done in those final few minutes against Lazio, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll come to that path when we get to it.
Celtic can only control the controllables, and they have to go out and try and get a win tonight. Sean Stout, let's get into them, the hoops. Indeed, Gary Johnston-Smith, just got a feeling Celtic will get a result tonight. And so Dude saying it's the hope that normally gets me. So tonight I'm expecting nothing. So hopefully that means a
Reverse
win.
Psychology, I like to see it.
Yeah. Northampton Tim straight in 2-1 tonight. He's been saying it since Sunday. So Dude saying the final result makes our Lazio defeat even more disappointing.
Absolutely.
You've just alluded to that there. Yep. So yeah, lots of people going up all the time, the people joining us live. So thanks, guys. Get your comments coming in. Get your predictions coming in. Get your
predictions, comments. We'll endeavour to get through as many of them as we can, because, you know, it is difficult to talk about the same team week upon week, or game upon game. But at the same time, you know, we want to make this an outlet to answer as many questions as possible. Maybe what you're feeling towards the games, what you think might happen in the game, maybe danger men in the opposition as well. I seen the team flash up in the top on the notifications that I had. I think it's pretty much as it was with regard to their top players playing. You know what's going to come up. You know what you're going to come up against in a Simeone side, a well-drilled machine with top strikers up front. It's all about what Celtic can do, not even on the counter, but when they've got the ball, because you expect them to have possession. And Atletico Madrid are probably one of the best sides in the world at counter-attacking. They'll soak up pressure, wait for a mistake, and then counter-attack. And they've got the outlets to do so in Morata and Memphis Depay and Antoine Griezmann. So yeah, it's all about if Celtic can keep it tight at the back, make chances going forward, then who knows? But they can't be shooting themselves on the foot. You know, we've seen that a lot in Europe with Celtic. Celtic have got to make no mistakes, or as little mistakes as possible. Small mistakes that won't cost goals would be the order of the day for me.
The comments keep coming in, Ryan, so we'll just keep reading them out. Kyogo double, says Sean Stout, and a Palmer free kick in the 95th minute. I would take that. Dennis Jameson, come on, the boys. Stubbsy's horse, they can be heroes. They just need to believe. And yeah, it's lots of positivity abounding, Ryan, despite the fact that Celtic are up against a top team, one of the best teams in the world. Brendan Rodgers labelled them. Celtic Glasgow, you're looking in better nick, Tony. I've been trying to sort of get over it, but hey, we'll see how it goes. Jerry O'Raw, 2-1 to the Celtic, he's saying as well. Lots of 2-1 predictions. Brian Roberts, Celtic play their own game and never mind the others. 2-1 to Celtic. Tommy Boy, 2-1 to the Celtic. Hail. That seems to be a popular prediction. Ryan, 2-1. So, yep, almost 100 people joining us. So thanks a lot, guys. We appreciate it. And yeah, strong team out. Let's see, go toe-to-toe with La Liga top side from La Liga, and don't want to talk too much about 1974 and all that, but if that can get that, small margin, Ryan, if that serves as some fire in the belly and small margin Celtic supporters and the players thinking about that, then hopefully that can lead them to a positive outcome tonight.
Yeah, if you can get any sort of advantage, whether that be physical or mental, then definitely take that as motivation to go and win the game. I don't think they'll be needing any more motivation than looking at that Champions League group table. 0 points out of 2 games. As we said yesterday, and as I said in one of the headlines or one of the Facebook posts, that always got to go. Celtic have got to get off the mark and quickly in this group, because all of a sudden, if Celtic don't win tonight and if they lose, it's going to be a long way back to even get that third place spot. I'd make them very, very big underdogs to get that third place spot if they don't win the game tonight. Never mind draw it. They're in a position because of the shortcomings that they had in the last game, and because of their discipline or lack of discipline in the first game. Maybe not a lack of discipline. That's maybe a tad too harsh, but their decision making was very poor on that game in Feyenoord. They had that game. They were in that game. They gave away the silly free kick. They get 2 men sent off. You're never going to win a game in the Champions League with 9 men. I'm sorry. But fairy tales don't happen in that regard. They happen when 11 men are playing 11, maybe 11 v 10 sometimes. But see, when you've got 9, the world is against you, and you're not going to get anything from that game. A draw would have felt like a miracle, but miracles definitely weren't happening on that night. Celtic have got to pull a rabbit out the hat tonight, unfortunately. Their backs are against the wall in this group already, I would say. Not a good position to be in, 3 games in, but at the same time, this is character building. This is what can make good teams great teams. Stand up and be counted for, and hopefully they can get a result and get themselves right back into this group. Put a cat amongst the pigeons. Hope Celtic are that cat amongst the pigeons tonight, and really make a shock in this group. That's what they've got to do. They've got to go out and prove a point and prove that they're not just here to make up the numbers. They're here to compete in this group. They've got to. I'm hoping that they can do something special tonight. I don't want to be going out there disappointed that they nearly did something, that they nearly got a draw. I want them coming out. I want them strutting off that pitch with a win and back in this group, to be honest.
Yep. Jerry O'Raw, how good it would be to win this game. I'll sleep like a log if Celtic do that. Sean Stout, tonight's the night Celtic end 10 years of home hurt in Europe. And others coming in, Stubbsy's horse saying, Jerry O'Raw, if we win, he won't be able to sleep tonight.
Exactly. I was wondering about that comment. I will not sleep. I will be up until the next morning briefing tomorrow morning. You'll see the bags in my eyes, but we're worth it.
Insomniacs are us, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we'll probably be on till early in the morning, Ryan, if we win anyway. So
that live stream that you were talking about this morning might actually happen if that's the case.
We'll wax lyrical all night about it. Yeah, indeed. Marcus,
just spend an hour on every player if that's the case. If they pull out a result, they probably deserve it.
Marcus saying he'll take a point right now. You just can't see Celtic beating Atletico Madrid. Me a bit more positive than that, Marcus. Come on, believe these things can happen. Miracles happen. As I've said,
I would have taken a point before
Celtic,
the results happened, but now I think a win is a must.
Yeah, a win's imperative if you want to do something in the group and qualify. Certainly in third position, but I think if Celtic lose tonight, then it's not over, but it would be as good as, wouldn't it? Really, when you think about it, where the games that they've got left. So, yeah, but we're not thinking about that. We are thinking about a positive result. Celtic throwing themselves back into the mix by getting a win, and that's exactly what we want to see, Ryan. We want to be waxing lyrical about a Celtic win. Stuart Bonner coming in. Celtic to win 2-1. Lazio were no great shakes at Paradise, and away they'll be forced to come out more. He's got no fear of them. That's more like it, Stuart. That's what we like to hear. Isn't it, Ryan? That's what we want to hear. We want Celtic just to put on one of those performances and make it one of those nights that you talk about for years to come. Mark O'Neill, 2-0 Celtic. Come on. And he's saying, Marcus saying, don't worry, Celtic will beat them in Madrid as well. There you go. That's optimism of the highest order, Ryan. But I like all that. Can't beat it.
Absolutely. There's no point in going into a game feeling pessimistic. These are the games because that will seep into the atmosphere. If most people are pessimistic, then it'll be a pessimistic atmosphere as well, and that will then translate to the players being nervous on the pitch. You've got to go for it. Be positive. Celtic are at home. Got to make home court advantage count. Got to make home a fortress. If they can do that and put the cat amongst the pigeons a wee bit in the group, then who knows?
Okay, Ryan, who's going to be the hero for Celtic tonight?
Oh, I cut off there for a second?
You did cut off for a second there. I was just saying, who's going to be Celtic's match-winning hero? Who's going to be Celtic's match-winning hero tonight? I was asking the question of you.
I was actually talking to my dad this afternoon, and I think Lewis Palmer's going to atone for his error, or not even his error, because he didn't do anything wrong. It was Maeda that got the touch that allowed, or meant that Lewis Palmer was offside. Because if he hadn't got that touch, Palmer was onside, and he was scoring a famous goal for Celtic in the Champions League. Palmer speaks Spanish. He'll want to come up against a Spanish-speaking side, and Atletico Madrid. These players, they want to. There's quite a few South Americans in the Atletico Madrid team, so he'll be wanting to prove himself against those players. Jimenez is in there, other players as well. A couple of Argentinian players, Rodrigo de Paul, Molina too. So it's up to him. He wants to be the South American that people are talking about at the end of the game. He's got the skills. We know he's got the skills. He's got the dribbling ability to hurt teams. He's done it in most games so far. I thought he looked bright against Feyenoord as well. I thought he got far too harsh criticism for a guy that completed a lot of dribbles on the night when looking back on it. He's a guy that's just getting used to things, getting used to acclimatising to his new teammates and his new surroundings. I think tonight could be the night that he explodes and he becomes a Celtic, I don't want to say a cult hero because that means that he won't do anything after, but he becomes a famous name in Celtic folklore and a big European win for the club. I just think he's the man for the big occasion. You can tell he's up for it, and fingers crossed he can manifest that into reality tonight.
The Champions League stage is set, Ryan. It's just for somebody to go and grab the mantle and write that script. Liz Miller saying, here's hoping the two of you are waxing lyrical tonight. We hope so too, Liz. Hope you'll join us when we are. Come on, the boys. One more than Atletico will do for me, says Jerry Smith. Lots of comments coming in, Ryan. I'm just going to rattle through a few of them, all right. Lee Snedden saying, time to put the hard luck and so near post-match stories to bed and turn on their performance. Another 2-1 prediction, Ryan. Robert Baker, good evening. If Celtic win tonight, it's going to be the same feeling from when they beat Barcelona back in 2012. You always have hope. Kyogo will be the hero, he's saying. Sean Stout, still sticking with the scales bicycle kick. Excellent, love that. Dennis Jameson, let's hope Maeda can give them the heebie-jeebies. There you go. Cameron Carter Vickers, last minute winner, says Gio.
Atone for his error against Lazio would be great. I was talking about Palmer atoning for his error. He didn't make an error. I feel silly even saying that. He did everything that was expected of him. Carter Vickers, on the other end, he did make an error for that Lazio goal. I know there was a couple of phases of play, a couple of passes after that then led to the goal, and there was other players that may be culpable too, but that'd be a great way for him to atone for his error by getting us back in the group, by getting Celtic back in the group and sealing a win.
Sean Stout, Palmer free kick top bin. He's going along with you, Ryan, that he's going to be the hero. Callum McDougall saying your favourite player, Hatati's due a screamer. Brian Roberts doesn't care who's the hero as long as Celtic win. Thomas Bradley, Maeda the hero, he's saying, and Celtic Glasgow, Celtic are due some luck. Tonight's the night. Lots of optimism abound in there, Ryan. A few pessimistic comments, but mostly optimism, and we hope to keep that going. We've channeled a few things, Ryan, haven't we? We've channeled Kyogo's first goal, the last home game, so we're channeling that energy and a win for Celtic. Scratch that 10-year itch, Champions League group stage home win. Celtic are going to scratch that tonight, Ryan. Let's make it happen. Let's think positive and give out positive vibes. And until it's over and they're not won, then I refuse to believe that they can't go out there and believe that they can win this football match. And we get how good Atletico Madrid are. We know how good some of their players are, but I've got every faith in the ability and the Celtic players' ability to go stride for stride and match them and get a positive result. And I don't mean a draw. First points, I said points this morning on the morning briefing. register those first points on the board, and that means a win. 4:20 somewhere, 1-0, come on Celtic. Callum McDougall getting about them, Celtic, he's saying, yep, so there you go. Excellent, Ryan. It's lots of Celtic supporters feeling the same way, lots of 2-1 predictions. All good. I'm loving that.
Yeah, it seems as if our optimism has then washed on the comment section as well, which is absolutely brilliant. I think people will be feeling a bit confident going into the game with the pre-match. Hopefully that's the case post-match, that they're confident about Celtic's prospects for the rest of the group, because that means that they've...
Nope, we've lost you there, Ryan, for a second. You're frozen. Yep, there he is. The screen's frozen. And you're back in the room.
Sorry, guys. I'm on 5G yet. It still stops. It's modern technology. I want people to be positive come the end of the night as well. I want people to be positive regardless, even if it is a disappointing result, because Celtic are in a good place with Brendan Rodgers at the helm. I don't want this roller coaster to go up and down where fans are feeling happy and then a European result comes along and they're down again and then they go up and down. I think there needs to be a consistency for sure.
Yeah. Brian McGarry saying even a point gets Celtic closer to that, so that's true, but 4:20 somewhere. Dare to dream, Tony. Dare to dream. I'm always dreaming. I'm the eternal optimist and the eternal dreamer. Am I not, Ryan? I always tell you that I'm confident about Celtic, especially at home in the Champions League. And Brian McGarry saying he thinks Maida will score. And 4:20 somewhere saying that 5G's 2G, Ryan. He's giving you some advice there, but there you go. You'll understand all of that, keeper. Your old Dahir's just sitting nodding sagely as if he does understand, but he doesn't really. But I know it's something to do with signals and all that kind of stuff. 4:20 somewhere saying ditto, Tony. There you go. Excellent. And Jerry Smith saying, well said, Ryan. Indeed, let's listen. It's a chance tonight to throw yourself back into that mix, Ryan. Go and stand up, as you say, be counted, puff your chest out, respond to the crowd, because the crowd will be right with them, won't they, tonight? I just get a feeling that the situation is right for something special to happen, Ryan, tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the crowd will be definitely in the mood for it. Right up for it. There's been a lot of talk before the game about how the crowd are going to be towards the game. I think it'll be a raucous atmosphere. I'm not going to say hostile, because hostile indicates maybe danger, but I think it's going to be a very, very intimidating atmosphere for Atletico Madrid to play in. I know they play in an intimidating atmosphere when they play at the Wanda Metropolitano, which is an absolutely stunning stadium that Celtic will be playing in the next match day. That'll be one to look out for. But yeah, Celtic Park, it's got to be a cauldron of atmosphere for both players, for Celtic, so that they can feed on that, and for Atletico Madrid, because hopefully they'll crumble under the pressure. They're under a manager that doesn't really crumble under pressure. I know he's a bit of a live wire on the touchline, and I'm looking forward to watching him strut his stuff alongside Brendan Rodgers. I think Rodgers will be the calm one out of the two of them. But if you want Simeone to be going berserk on the touchline, because it means not everything's going his way. The more berserk the Simeone, the better tonight, I would say.
Jerry O'Rourke Celtic must be due a little bit of luck tonight. John Boy 1888 wins, Celtic just wins. His instruction, of course. And 4:20 summer saying yes, definitely due a bit of luck, overdue. And Maestro 95 coming in, Palmer to impact this game. And Dennis Jameson saying he's got a feeling that Cal Mack will score. So there you go. And Phyllis Kirk saying no more excuses, just get the result. That's exactly what we want. Just get the result. And I agree with you. If Simeone is going off his nut, as they say, then you're hoping that he's going off his nut for all the wrong reason, and it's all going Pete Tong for them. And Sean Stout saying after tonight it'll be a Palmer moment. He reckons that Palmer's going to have a bearing in this game. I think we both think that too, don't we?
Yeah.
Stubbsy's horsing to think that the boys are in the changing room as we speak, getting the goosebumps, lads. Yep. We always get the goosebumps when it's the Champions League. There's no finer competition in club football, and Celtic are at the group stage competing alongside some real heavyweights. We just want them to go in and make a fist of it, Ryan, and be fiercely competitive, and just get that 10-year hoodoo. I hate words like hoodoo, but that in search of a group stage home win, just want it off their back. And just, give themselves something to cheer about and shout about and get themselves back into the group. 4:20 somewhere. If Celtic win, they're demanding a 90-minute after show from us, Ryan. Demanding. There you go. I think if Celtic win, we could talk all night. So 90 minutes might be a conservative estimate there, but there you go. We'll see. Paul Archibald, 3 points, please. That's all he wants. That's all of us want, isn't it, Ryan?
Absolutely. 3 points is, I think, required in the group now. It's what we all want. It's what we all desire. If Celtic can pull that out of the bag, then absolutely brilliant. You know, they're not here to take part, they're here to take over in the group. I don't want them just taking part in the group. I want them to take over the group and be a problem and be a fourth force in this group. Because, as we said before, these teams are taking points off each other. Celtic have got to benefit off that. I know they're playing the best team in the group, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. You know, Celtic have beaten better Spanish teams than Atletico Madrid in the past. Now, I know Atletico Madrid beat Real Madrid a few weeks ago. They're definitely a good team, a well-oiled team. Celtic have beaten better with worse teams, in my opinion. If they do everything right, if they get the bare minimums right, if they can control the controllables, they can do their bit, they can make it as difficult as possible for Atletico Madrid, then who knows what will happen on the night. But you know, they've got to limit the mistakes and make sure that when the opportunities do arise, because they will get more of the ball, it'll probably be 50-50 in terms of the ball, maybe even a bit more with Celtic. When they do get those chances, when they do fall to them, they've got to take them. You know, it's not 2 or 3 touches, not what ifs. They've got to take that opportunity and rise to the occasion.
I mean, in the past, you know, the last few games in the Champions League have all been about the what ifs, haven't they? And you know, the chance and conversion rate of those chances hasn't been very high. So hopefully tonight we can be a bit more clinical, and as you say, be at the top of our game. The players win their individual battles, and they are. You know, what is it? Educated pressures. The manager was talking about. Yep, and I like that phrase. And just be smart, be streetwise as well, because you know you're up against a team who'll try everything. They've got a manager who'll just try everything. They've already started their mind games and their one-upmanship with their, you know, their commemorative kit. But kits don't win football matches. Football players do. So Celtic, go out there and, you know, be proud in your own kit, puff your chest out and just go for it. You know, and if they come out at the end of it and they're not on the right end of the result, but they've given you a performance to be proud of, then you can just hold your hands up and say you've been done and beaten by the better team. There is no shame in that, because every game at this level is difficult. So there you go. But excellent. I just think that there's something special in the air tonight, Ryan. I think I could be wrong in that, but yeah, I think there's something special in the air.
Optimism, there's definitely optimism in the air. I think that's down to the form in the league as well, and performances. You know, particularly the return of Rio Hatate to good on. You back? Sorry. I think there's optimism in the air for sure.
Yep, indeed.
I seem to have lost you again. I've lost you again. Sorry, it's just cutting on and off. I think it's because people are heading to the game and walking past me, so they're using the network. Yeah, I think due to the... Oh my goodness, what is going on here? Oh, are you there?
Yeah, we're here, Ryan. Yeah, it's if your signal's coming and going, we'll maybe just call it a day there. But just read out a couple of more comments. Martin Nichols saying that I'm looking a little bit better, indeed, and we hope they do better tonight, the boys. And 420 summer, a bit of romance in the air, Tony Boy. And Callum McDougall saying, we're not getting beat, Tony. Come on. I never said we would get beat. And the Maestro 95 says he's going Phil Collins. You can feel it in the air tonight. As I was saying, Ryan, there's something probably special in the air tonight. But before you go, we'll get a prediction, Ryan, eh? Can you hear me, sir? Or just get a prediction from you before you go? No.
Sorry, was that a prediction you asked me for?
Yes, it was, Ryan. Yeah, if you've got enough,
I'll make it very, very quick. I'll make it very, very quick, because there's my lights are going, everything's going. I think that's the signal. I think
the signal,
for me to get to the ground. I'm going to go for it 2-1 Celtic. I'm going to go with everybody else 2-1 Celtic.
Yep, took the words out of my mouth. 2-1 Celtic. You heard it here, guys. Listen, we'll be on as quickly as we can after we've done all the work tonight. Result dependent. Ryan, have a wonderful time. Enjoy the atmosphere. I hope it's one of those nights that we're raving about and talking about for a long time to come, even talking all night. So, yep, excellent, sir. You enjoy tonight. Guys, enjoy tonight wherever you're watching it, in the house or at the game yourselves. But yes, indeed. And we just say thank you to our sponsors, MPH Group. And you can see that for all your plumbing, heating, kitchen and bathroom needs, MPH Group are the place to go. And they sponsor all the briefings who are brought to you by the MPH Group, and they are Scotland's award-winning family-run all-trade specialists covering all of mainland Scotland, and every service you opt for automatically enters you into MPH's incredible holiday giveaway, and you could win a 7-night stay at the luxurious 5-star Moon Palace Resort in Cancun, Mexico. And all the links are in the description of this briefing, so make sure to tune into them, have a look at them, all their social media links and their phone number. And we say thank you to MPH Group for their sponsorship of the Celtic Way briefings. Ryan, you get yourself along there to that stadium and enjoy. Guys, Celtic Atletico Madrid, it's match day 3. In the words of Claudio Ranieri, dilly ding, dilly dong, it's the Champions League. Come on, play the music. Ryan, thanks very much. Take care.
Thanks, everybody. Cheers.